straight arm lock. Alright, come here. Marco's going to be in that same position. Prayer. Alright, when I hit under here, I'm going to bring my hand here, elbow controlling the hip, other hand under his head. I like to help control that way I put pressure here. Alright, that way he can't look at me and that way he can't turn into me. If I don't put pressure here, it's easier for him to turn and create space. Alright, if I'm here and I go like this, it's easier for me to control. Alright, once I get here and here, I'm going to switch my hips. Alright, now a lot of the time I'm going to look to push, but you're not going to just push automatically. You need to create pressure. So like I was just saying with the shoulder, I cup here, start to create pressure. Once I do this, muscles going to kind of push me up. As he pushes, I'm going to switch my hips. Alright, notice where I switch my hips. Towards his head, not towards his feet. So I don't want to go here where my knees are facing towards his head. Alright? Now when he pushes and I do that, his hand ends up coming right in front of him. Alright? See that little veiny part of your wrist? That's where it's all. Alright? Far side arm. The other hand to the ground, around my own wrist. Notice how Marco, now I start to switch to both knees. Alright? And I sit my weight. Marco's starting to turn his wrist in, alright? That's going to relieve the pressure. So when I get here and here, I'm just going to rev my engine and turn his wrist out. It makes it a lot tighter. When I keep the back of his hand down, alright, I'm going to compress his arm in and lift his elbow like across his belly button. That's the americana. Let's say from here I'm not strong enough and my opponent's just a little stronger, he starts to straighten it out. As he starts to straighten from here, just notice how I follow up with it. So come back. A little slower. As he straightens it out, I loosen, and I follow my forearm under his elbow. You guys see that? So see them here, it's a little bit under, and then I follow it and I sneak it up. Keeping this down here, and I kind of control with my forehead, and then I'll just kind of lift my elbow like I'm revving the engine this way, like straight arm. Yeah, it's like a straight arm lock. But look how I'm like grabbing my own forearm, and I go like this with my wrist, so I'm turning it up. So see how it's forcing it up? Alright. Now when I go here, let's say he hides it this way. Alright? When he hides it here, I'm just going to switch. I'm going to use this arm to lift. I pull him up and I cup. Switch this way and I turn around. No. Stay in that position but like rotate. So when I cup this way, I grab his wrist. Grab my own wrist, I lift up. Alright, now I grab here, I bring it back down. From here, I just lift over, foot over his head, throw it in, and turn. All this grip. Alright, sometimes they'll grab their right gi, they'll grab their gi pants. All I'm going to do is just grip it. That's it. I was like, what are you doing? Where are you putting it? I'm going to break it. Alright, guys? Alright, so you're going to try it first. This is A. Right? One partner's on the bottom. Alright, we're right here and here. Alright, I want to create pressure to my shoulder. Alright, once everyone starts to push, I let him push, and I switch. I grab his arm here. Boom. Arm comes around, I switch my hips and push him here. Versus the americana, I turn it away, and then finish here. He starts to straighten. As he straightens it, look how I slide up. So see my forearm goes under his elbow, this stays on his wrist. So I gotta loosen up for a second. Now I keep this down, I start to rev my engine. And finish. Once I get here, let's say he brings it down, hides it. I'm going to use his arm to lift him up, to get him onto his side. Cup this arm, grab. Step over the head, ready? I felt something way. Alright, you guys got that? Now, if you have trouble, I'm going to help you guys out. Alright, so let's partner up. Barry, Ryan.